Welcome to this exclusive video where we'll uncover the 10 hidden weaknesses narcissists don't want you to know. These are the cracks in their seemingly impenetrable armor, the truths they go to great lengths to hide. Stay with me until the end because I'll reveal the most dangerous weakness of all, one that most people never even consider. And trust me, this knowledge can completely change how you deal with narcissists in your life. Before we dive in, take a moment to like this video, comment below with your experiences dealing with narcissists, and subscribe to this channel. Your support helps us bring you more insightful content like this, and who knows, your comment might help someone else going through the same struggles. Let's get started. The fragile core, an internal vacuum. At the heart of every narcissist lies a profound emptiness. Imagine a glittering golden chalice, but when you look inside, it's completely hollow. That's the internal vacuum they carry with them, every moment of every day. This emptiness stems from a lack of authentic identity. Deep down, narcissists don't truly know who they are, and this terrifies them. To fill that void, they construct a false self, a mask of charm, confidence, or superiority. But here's the catch. This mask requires constant maintenance. Without your attention and validation, it starts to crack. And when it cracks, they're left alone with the very thing they fear most, their own emptiness. To exploit this weakness, try a subtle but powerful tactic. Stop reacting to their provocations. Your silence will speak volumes, and their need for validation will drive them to reveal their vulnerabilities. Cowardice hidden behind grandiosity. Narcissists are masters of the bluff. They present themselves as strong, confident, and fearless. But here's the truth, they're cowards. Beneath the surface, they're terrified of failure, rejection, and exposure. This cowardice shows up in many ways. For instance, have you ever noticed how a narcissist will avoid situations where they might lose? Whether it's a debate, a project at work, or even a game, they can't handle the possibility of not coming out on top. A great example of this is how they react to accountability. Say you confront them with facts about their behavior. Instead of owning up to their mistakes, they'll either shift the blame or explode in anger. Why? Because they're too afraid to admit they're wrong. Use this to your advantage. Be calm and factual when calling them out. They'll struggle to respond without exposing their cowardice. Lies that inevitably expose them. The third weakness is their web of lies. Narcissists thrive on deception. They use lies to manipulate, control, and protect their fragile ego. But here's the thing. No one can keep their stories straight forever. Over time, their lies unravel, exposing their true nature. If you're dealing with a narcissist, document everything. Keep records of conversations, emails, and texts. This doesn't just protect you. It also gives you the power to expose their inconsistencies when the time is right. A narcissist's worst nightmare is being exposed as a fraud, and this is a weakness you can use to your advantage. Their dependency on you. Here's something many people overlook. Narcissists are incredibly dependent on the people around them. Despite their tough exterior, they can't function without a constant supply of attention, admiration, and control. This dependency creates a unique opportunity for you. When you set boundaries, real, unshakable boundaries, they lose their grip. It's like cutting off their air supply. For example, if a narcissist in your life constantly seeks validation, stop feeding their ego. Instead, focus on your own growth and independence. This shift in power dynamics leaves them scrambling to figure out how to regain control. The defensive reflex. Have you ever criticized a narcissist only to have them explode in anger or twist your words against you? That's their defensive reflex. Narcissists fear criticism because it chips away at their fragile ego. Even the mildest feedback can feel like an attack. But here's the interesting part. This reflex often reveals their insecurities. Try this. When a narcissist becomes defensive, ask calm, Open-ended questions like, "Why do you feel that way?" or "Can you explain what you mean?" Their inability to handle scrutiny will expose their weakness to everyone in the room. The telltale body language. While narcissists are good at controlling their words, their body language often betrays them. Watch closely during heated moments. You'll notice clenched jaws, fidgeting, or even avoiding eye contact. This nonverbal communication is a goldmine for understanding their true emotions. For example, if you confront them with an uncomfortable truth, their stiff posture or sudden gestures might reveal their discomfort. Here's an exclusive tip. Use this knowledge to stay one step ahead. The more you read their body language, the easier it becomes to navigate their manipulative tactics. Lack of genuine self-confidence. On the surface, narcissists exude confidence, but look closely. It's all smoke and mirrors. Their so-called confidence is a fragile construct designed to mask their deep insecurities. True self-confidence comes from self-acceptance, but narcissists lack this entirely. Think about how they react to criticism or even neutral feedback. While a confident person might take it as an opportunity to grow, a narcissist will lash out, deflect, or shut down. Why? Because their sense of self is so brittle, even the smallest crack feels like an earthquake. Here's how you can deal with this. The next time a narcissist tries to flaunt their superiority, respond with neutrality. Don't praise or criticize. Simply nod or redirect the conversation. Watch how they struggle to maintain their act when their audience isn't playing along. This subtle tactic forces them to confront their own insecurities, even if they don't admit it out loud. Paranoia and conspiracy thinking. Paranoia is one of the most insidious weaknesses of a narcissist. They often believe the world is out to get them, even when there's no evidence to support it. This stems from their deep-seated fear of losing control and being exposed. You'll notice this paranoia in their constant need to question people's motives. For instance, they might accuse you of conspiring against them simply because you didn't immediately agree with their opinion. This mindset isolates them, as even their closest allies grow tired of walking on eggshells. Here's where it gets interesting. This paranoia can backfire on them. Imagine a narcissistic leader who constantly suspects their team of disloyalty. Over time, their distrust creates a toxic environment, pushing people away and leading to the very outcomes they fear. To exploit this weakness, remain calm and logical when dealing with their accusations. Avoid feeding into their paranoia. Instead, ask clarifying questions like, "What makes you feel that way?" or "Can you provide an example?" These questions force them to confront the irrationality of their fears without giving them fuel to escalate the situation. Addiction to attention. Attention is a narcissist's lifeblood. They thrive on being the center of the universe, whether through admiration or conflict. This addiction is so strong that they'll go to extreme lengths to secure your focus, even if it means causing chaos. Here's an example. Have you ever noticed how a narcissist will stir up drama just when the spotlight isn't on them? Maybe it's a family gathering where everyone's enjoying themselves, and suddenly they create a scene. That's their way of reclaiming attention, even if it's negative. Here's a deeper insight. Their need for attention isn't just about ego, it's about survival. Without external validation, they're forced to confront their inner emptiness, which is unbearable for them. This is why ignoring them is such a powerful tool. Let me give you a practical tip. Practice gray rocking. This technique involves being as unresponsive and boring as possible when they try to provoke you. Offer neutral answers, avoid emotional reactions, and refuse to engage in their drama. Over time, this starves them of the attention they crave, forcing them to either change their behavior or seek a new target. The most dangerous weakness, irrelevance. And now, the most dangerous weakness of all, irrelevance. A narcissist's greatest fear isn't failure or rejection, it's being forgotten. Their entire identity is built around the idea that they're important, admired, or invited. Take that away, and their world crumbles. This fear of irrelevance drives many of their behaviors. For example, they might go out of their way to dominate conversations, even if they have nothing meaningful to contribute. Or they'll cling to relationships not out of love or loyalty, but because they can't stand the idea of not being needed. Here's a story that illustrates this perfectly. I knew a narcissist who always tried to insert themselves into every situation. Whether it was a group project or a social event, they had to be at the center of it. But when people stopped giving them attention, they became desperate, calling, texting, and even creating fake emergencies to draw people back in. To truly disarm a narcissist, focus on your own growth and independence. Build a life that doesn't revolve around them. The more you thrive without their influence, the more powerless they become. And here's the kicker. The best revenge is living well. When they see you succeeding without them, it forces them to confront their greatest fear, being irrelevant in your life. There you have it, the 10 hidden weaknesses narcissists don't want you to know. Which one resonated most with you? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Remember, knowledge is power, and by understanding these weaknesses, you're taking the first step toward reclaiming control and protecting yourself. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.